Yo, so welcome back, ladies and gents. Nesabukole EKSE live here on DSTV channel 263. It's hashtag Talk Thursdays, Bafedu. Please make sure you go into social media platforms and then do tell us what do you think about the question we have for you guys, that the Blesse and Blesse phenomenon. What do you guys think about it? It's a very interesting topic. As you see that Ukizia, when she asked me that question, I got to lock a bit because there's so many things that you have to be careful to think about what you getting yourself involved to and all the other things. But hey, it's very interesting. The conversation still carries on. So let's go to Mihlali and Kizia and see what they have for us.
Oh yes, of course, the conversation still continues to set about a phenomenon of Blesse and Blesse and how it's affecting us as young people in South Africa. What are your thoughts are? Please make sure, as Usibi has said, you let us know what's in the. But of course, we can't have this conversation by ourselves. No. We have invited very beautiful ladies to join us and weigh in a conversation here. We are going to be sitting down, with Positole, who is a business development manager and Ms. Nozibele Ndunge, who is a social worker, and they are representing Just Grace.
Yes. And on coming through alone, they are with Ludovica, right? Yes. I've been pronouncing her name wrong the entire time. She's going to shoot me. But Ludovica Gordon, the founder of Women Helping a Woman organization. Thank you so much for being here with us, ladies. Absolutely an honor to have you here with us.
Thanks for having us. Let's get into the topic. I think it's a very controversial topic, and people have different opinions about them. What are your honest thoughts about Blesse and Blesse?
Oh, you can use the mic over there.
Okay. My thoughts are that it's not good at all. It's not acceptable. I think we need to teach our children to be independent, rather than being dependent to men or whoever that is providing for them. It's very, very unacceptable for me. I don't support it at all. It doesn't matter what was the situation, because I know there are different situations whereby children got themselves into these situations of dating older men. Some, there's no one who's providing for them at home. They decide. But in some instances, it is the peer pressure, seeing a friend having everything, and also wanting to live a high life, if I would say that. Yeah. So such things, that is not important. I wish our children would know that what is the most important thing in life, like education, being empowering yourself so that you can live, not depending on men. Because that's why we have so many women that are being abused. Because if you can do the research on that, those are the young ladies that are being abused by older men that are married in some instances.
And just on what Nozi has been saying, the empowering woman, looking at the Blesse culture, how would you say, or what would you say rather, the negative and positive impacts it has placed on a girl child or a female in the community?
Okay. So I hear what Nozi is saying, what Sis Nozi is saying, and I agree to an extent, but it's easy to say that, I know that you don't have food, but don't do this. What's the alternative? What alternative do they have? So the negatives and positives would be the positive, instant money, instant lavish life. You live an instant, you're able to get these things so easily, but there are things that you are sacrificing. Yeah. In the long run, you lose so much more. Some people, you lose yourself even in the long run. So there are a lot of negatives that the girl child has. You look up to people, but you don't really know how did they attain what they have, so work hard, be independent, aspire to independence. And yeah, like I said, in the long run, you do pay the price for that.
And maybe just coming to you, can you please just pass the mic to her? Thank you. Ma'am, when we speak about empowering women and we speak about, women being independent, when we look at the social or socio-economic circumstances of women in South Africa, we do know that women are always at the short end and the shortfall of everything. And as Usis Noze has said, but that's why sometimes we find that young girls are now dependent on men to be their providers. Maybe perhaps as a parent, what message do you have for like young women that are maybe might be watching this show and they believe and they solely believe they don't see anything wrong with being you know, someone that is receiving money and is part of this transaction?
Well, if it was my daughter, I would say please get out of it because there is absolutely no real benefit of it. You know, there is maybe the short-term gratification in that there's a need and the person is providing, but that is only for that moment. If you look at the long term, you know, because you're putting yourself at risk, not just health-wise, because this person is obviously also in a multi-partner relationships, you know, so it's not just you, he's got other people as well he's doing the same thing with. He is a married man most of the time. So I would say to the young girls, if you get out while you can, because we do know that there are young women who've lost their lives. You know, there's a research that was done in 2019 at the Howard College in the University of KZN, and the study was done with all first-year students, female students, and women have lost their lives, young girls have lost their lives, because the men they get violent, and there's this whole power hold over them because, you know, I provide the money, so you do as I say. You know, so yes, please do get out while you can. You know, and like the young lady said there, you know, that you lose so much of yourself at the end of the day.
And that's so profound in what you ladies were just saying. And just coming back to your organization, Women Helping a Woman organization, how has your platform helped females in the community today?
Okay, so our focus is on, obviously, firstly, you know, GBV, which is very rife in all communities. We see on a daily basis that our women and girl children are being failed by the justice system. You know, there's no help from SAPS. We had an earlier conversation around that, so we are currently looking at ways in how we can, you know, hold government to account for promises that was made and never delivered on.
Absolutely.
Yes, and that is definitely a
that is definitely prize for us right now. And then also we look at, you know, women economic empowerment. You know, we also raise awareness and we educate.
Yes,
and we try to get to the root causes of why certain things are happening
in the community
Yeah.
right now. But when we come back, we are going to take another look at what's happening today and continue the conversation on Blesse and Blesse culture. Moenie weggaan nie, ons sal terug wees net hier op Channel 263.